y'all, welcome back to my channel, and today I have another story time. But before I get into the story, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment down below. That will help me grow. I would really appreciate the support, and let's get into the video. So if you've seen some of my story times before, I had a story about the first time I had a fight in high school with my high school bully. And in that story time, if you checked it out, you would know that I talked about a friend group that I had. It was a couple of girls and some guys. And when I got suspended and I returned to work, returned back to school, not work. When I returned back to school, I heard it was talking about me and saying stuff about me. So I wasn't a friend anymore. I pretty much cut them off. And I think that was at the beginning of my 10th grade year in high school. So this had to happen like the middle of or ending of like my 10th grade year in high school, right? So once I stopped being their friends because I heard them talking smack about me, I ended up making new friends. Like I had a new friend group with some girls, and I'm gonna call this specific girl, her name is gonna be Cherish, because as I get further along in the story time, you will see like the little things that's just wrong. And till this day, I am 30 years old, she's 30, and I still hold her dear to my heart, even though we no longer talk. I do cherish her, you know, the thoughts and the memories that we have shared. But let's get into it. That was just the backstory so I can give you a perspective of the time frame and what I'm talking about. So after I dumped that friend group, I came back to school and I made a new friend group. And Cherish was one of those girls in that friend group. 10th grade, we all became friends. I'm not sure how we became friends. I I'm not sure. I just know that we became cool. It was me, her, two, three other girls I'm still cool with today, but we became like a little clique. And I don't remember how we became friends, but that's what it was. 10th grade year, just did regular high school things. We would hang out after school. She became somewhat as my best friend. Cherish, she was very like, she stayed with her mom. Her mom was a single mom. She didn't have a father, whatever. I stayed with my dad. So, you know, you get the dynamic. We both stayed with single parents, so we connected really hard. Cherish was like, that was my dog. That was my friend. So, like, I have some notes here because this took place a while back, y'all. So I have to refer to my notes. I wrote down all the memories, try to remember everything in order, but these are my notes. So fast forward in the school year, I was in a band. I was a flagger in high school, and they have tryouts throughout the school year. They put like flyers around the school letting us know that, hey, tryouts coming for the dance team, majorettes, flagettes, the band, all of that extracurricular stuff. I was already in the band, but if you're familiar, you have to try out every single year, even if you think you're gonna like be on the squad again. My school, we had to like try out every single year. So she was excited. We all seen the flyers. She always was like a cheerleader type girl, a dance type girl. She was like, this year I'm gonna go ahead and try out for the dance team. And like I said, I was already on the band, so my previous years already had experience. I wasn't really too worried about getting reselected for the band. I was true to this. I wasn't new to this. It was her. So she wanted to be on the dance team. I remember like every day after school, we would practice really like besides the tryouts practices, we would go home. Like she would come to my house and we would like practice her dance, try to get her in shape, try to get her stretched out, try to build up her technique so she can like, when she tried out for our high school dance squad, she would make it. We was pumped, like, you know what I mean? So that's all she talked about, all in class, every day in class. This is what she talked about with other people. She was very excited, to say the least. So that day came where we had to go to the auditorium, and everyone had to, we had broken into our little sections of what we were going to try out to be. And I remember, just being excited. I had on my little uniform because, again, I was in the band prior, so I already had my uniform. I was in line, ready to audition, and she was there. She was very excited. Again, this is all we talked about, like, for the last 2 weeks of this upcoming day. She was real excited. My friends, a couple of my friends, they did an audition to be on the band, but I don't think that they moved forward with it. Anyway, this day, I auditioned. I did very good because I already had experience and I already was on the band. I got accepted again, of course. And then, I'm not into dance, so I didn't really get to see her audition for the dance squad, but I was around. I did wait around until she was finished or whatever, just to show support to my girl. So afterwards, let me fix my mic. So I hope y'all still can hear me. So afterwards, after the audition, right? Um, they don't tell us immediately who made the squad or whatever. They just tell us wait until the following week and they're gonna post the results inside of the band room. All weekend we was excited. We talked about it. Cherish was like my best friend. Like I said, she was always at my house. We did everything together. There was nothing wrong. The next week we go back to school. It's a Monday. They said they were going to post the results in the band room. Everybody who auditioned, we beeline to the band room and we go check the results. And of course, I made the band because I was already a flagette. I just had to re-audition, and I don't remember seeing her. Only thing I remember is her running away. I just remember her in the crowd looking at the list, and I just remember her like looking really sad, and she just ran away. I thought to myself, I'm like, maybe she didn't get accepted. She didn't pass her audition. So when I seen her running away, I did ask like our other friends or whatever. I'm like, did y'all see Cherish? Everybody like, no, we didn't see her. I didn't see her no more that day, y'all. I called her when I got home after I had my little practice or whatever. She didn't answer the phone, and I didn't speak with her the rest of the day. And that's where I believe like these little red flags began with her. She had a boyfriend in high school. She always had a little boyfriend in high school. She was a very pretty girl. She didn't have many, she was very thick, nice hair. She always had a boyfriend. So she was dating around this time. Um, I'm just throwing that in there because it matters, right? So I didn't see her that day after she got denied from being on the dance team. So I did. It happened to be like 2, 3 days later. I found out that she called me. And I found out that she actually jumped the gate, y'all. When I seen her leave and run from when she checked the list, she actually left. She ran outside of the school, in the back of the school, and she said she jumped the gate and she went home and she was crying like for 2 days.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
She was so devastated and she was embarrassed because she was excited. This all she talked about. She told everybody this is what she wanted to do. She come back to school maybe like the next week. We're back on track. She gets over it. She actually auditioned. She tried out to be a cheerleader and she got accepted onto the cheerleading squad. And this whole time she's talking to her boyfriend Kay. That's not his real name, but we're gonna call him Kay. And she's doing her thing. I'm in the band. We're doing football games, and she's at the football games. She's a cheerleader. We're having a good school year or whatever. And then one day she calls me after school and she's just like, yo, Yolanda, like I'm pregnant. And I'm like, what? Like I didn't believe it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're pregnant. Like, we're in 10th grade. Things happen. I was not judging her or whatever, but she told me she was pregnant and I was instantly just like, I didn't believe it. Oh my goodness. So, we're in 10th grade. My friends and I, we're all curious. We had never been pregnant before. So we like, wow, you're pregnant? So we was just like, we like bombarded her with all of these kind of questions. You know what I mean? Like asking her like, well, how far along you pregnant? When did you get pregnant? How do you know you're pregnant? Asking to see her pregnancy test, all of things like that. Just wanted to see the proof. We asking her, at this point, she did claim she was about 2, 3 months pregnant. So, you know, as an adult now, 2, 3 months pregnant, you can't really see that on some women. So we didn't see anything, but I was so curious. I was just like, how does it feel? Do you feel anything in your stomach? Did you tell your mom? How did that go? How did you get pregnant? My friends and us, we just could not believe it. So we was excited for her. We was just pretty much excited. I actually remember that day we went into the cafeteria. I'm like, did you tell Kay? And I just automatically assumed it was from Kay. So I'm like, well, did you tell Kay? And she was like, no. So we go to the cafeteria that day for lunch, and he's sitting in the corner with his friends, and we walk up on him, and I remember it like vividly, and she just told him, she was like, I have to talk to you. And she was like, I'm pregnant. It's been a while, like a couple months. I just didn't want to say anything. And he was excited, y'all. We was all in 10th grade. And Kay, I can say he would make a good father. If he have kids today, I'm sure he's a good dad. But in 10th grade, he took that news very well. We sat at that desk at the table in the lunch. She told him she was pregnant, and he accepted it. He accepted it. He didn't ask any questions, I guess, because they was already bumping and grinding. So he must have expected that. So time goes on. The school year is going on. Weeks is passing by. We're in a class, and one day we're in class, and she texts my phone, and she's like, "Can you come to the bathroom?" So I come to the bathroom. So when I go to the bathroom, she shows me her underwear, y'all. I was so like, what the fuck? Like, she really had her underwear out. Like, she didn't have it like her pants and her panties off. She called me in the stall, and she had her pants down, and she had like the seat of her panties like showing me. And it had like some blood in it. It looked like period blood, honestly. But us thinking she was pregnant, I instantly like froze, and I'm like, yo, you need to go to the doctor. Should I call the teacher? Should I call your mama? What should I do? I'm like, you shouldn't be bleeding. I didn't know much about pregnancy, but I'm like, you should not be bleeding. And I remember when she like showed me the inside of her panties, I remember her face. It was weird. Like, let's say if I was pregnant, right, and I had blood in my panties, and I know I'm not supposed to be bleeding, my reaction would be very like, I'd be scared and very concerned for myself. When she showed me her panties and she saw my face, she looked like kind of like almost like, yeah, you believe in like attention craving. Now that I'm an adult, I know what these things are. Her facial expression was like, yeah, she's eating it up. Like, they really think I'm pregnant. And I believe she did that tactic because she probably felt that the other friends and I, we was not. We started to kind of question because we didn't see any baby bump. We didn't see any difference in her attitude. We didn't see any cravings. And we just didn't see anything. She never complained about discomfort, anything. So we did started like, mumbling just a tiny bit amongst each other about, hmm, so I feel like maybe she did this stunt to like, hey, show me like something is wrong with her as far as her pregnancy. So I took that as something was wrong, and she was like, "Oh, it's okay. I don't feel any pain or whatever." And I'm still panicking. I'm like, "No, should we call the teacher? Should you go to the hospital?" And she just like, "No, I'm okay." So in the back of my head, I'm like, "So why did you call me in the bathroom?" I feel like she just wanted me to see that, to just show like something was wrong with her. And honestly, I feel like maybe that could have been like some type of sauce or jelly, or even she just could have simply been on her period. But I did feel like she did that so that I can see and be a witness to her shenanigans. So now weeks have gone on. We have gone on field trips. She come to my house. We're chilling. We're still in the band. She's a cheerleader. I'm a flagette. Again, we're still doing a practice, and we're having football games. She have a boyfriend. Everything is going nice. So we're like, okay, she should be about let me look at my notes. About 6, 7 months at this time. It's weeks later, so she should be about 6, 7 months. So I believe she started like researching on her own, like how the progress in pregnancy. This is what I'm assuming she did, because she came back to school, like, after the weeks have passed. She started coming to school with her belly like pushed out. Now, let me tell you how I know her belly was pushed out and it wasn't an actual baby. I didn't know that at the time, but thinking back at it now, this is what she was doing. So 6, 7 months, and she was a fairly small girl, like small, thick. She wasn't a big girl, so she didn't have much fat. She had, regular size stomach. So 6, 7 months, she started coming to class with her belly like pushed out. Now, if you know anything about being pregnant, we started questioning that just a little bit, because when you're pregnant, your stomach be hard to the touch. It's like a brick. But when it's just fat and like you're intentionally pushing out your stomach to look a certain way, it's soft. You can feel that it's just gas and fat and soft. So again, my friend group, the other girls and me, we started like talking amongst each other because we was like, hey, we've seen pregnant girls before. We don't think that she's really pregnant. However, if she says she's pregnant, we're not in her uterus. We can't confirm that. We still love Cherish. That was my friend. Like we did everything together. She knew my secrets and everything. So the reason why all of these things happen in school because every time we hung out at home, none of these shenanigans happened. Like she was normal outside of school for some reason. It's almost as if she wanted to like show her behavior and her things in school so she can like show our friends. I'm not sure. It's weird to explain. So days pass by, we're in school again and we're in the same class and she goes to tell me how the night before she was in her backyard and someone took advantage of her. Now, nothing is funny about that situation of somebody taking advantage of anybody, whether it's a man or a woman. It's never a laughing matter. It's nothing to joke about. It should always be taken seriously, if you know what I mean. So we're in class and she just sprung this on me and she was just like so nonchalant. She didn't look distraught. Like she just was like I was in the backyard. My lips is dry. She was just like I was in the backyard last night. Some man jumped this gate and he took advantage of me. That's all she said. Is she stressing you out now? Because she was stressing me out. Because I am 16 years old. What am I supposed to do with all of this information? Why are you telling me? Where's your parents? Why aren't you telling your parents? Where are they? Like, where's your mom? Why couldn't you tell your mom the situation? Why are you coming to school and telling me somebody took advantage of you in your backyard? And again, her face was like almost like, yeah, eat that, eat that, eat that. That's what I got from it. So that's what I got from that situation. Like, just eat that situation. Somebody took advantage of me. And she went around the whole school and told everybody that somebody took advantage of her. She was crying. Like, I remember, like, going after that class, I remember, like, going to other classes. And I remember seeing her that day in the hallway. And she was just crying. I'm talking about in the hallways, just crying, sitting at the table, just crying. I saw her in lunch and she was just crying. Now, I get it, y'all. I understand that's a real situation, but however, if it's true, why are you in school crying about it? Cherish, why didn't you tell your mama if that really happened? Again, I feel like this is the third incident where she's like attention pulling. I don't know what word you want to use for it, but she's attention pulling. Like she's coming to school and she's just making up these lies to get attention from us, and it was so weird. That incident really rubbed me the wrong way because the stuff like that is very serious. And if you can lie about that, you can lie about anything. Get where I'm going with this? Hmm. So my other friends, it's like, two other girls. I didn't give them any name like that because whatever. So me and my other friends, we was talking about how we feel so bad for her and these things just keep happening. She got took advantage of. She's bleeding and complications with her pregnancy and things like that. And not to mention she's coming to school pushing out her stomach further, eat every day, like, as if excuse me, as if her baby is growing and it's nothing but air and gas in there. It was weird energy. So we all planned to make a baby shower. I remember this day. I was home after practice and we was all on the phone sometime up. You know how we used to have the three ways back in the days. We was all on the phone and we were talking. Cherish wasn't included in that conversation because we were planning to have her a little baby shower at her house, right? And again, we were all in high school. We didn't have much money. We didn't have much of anything. But we did have a little something. Like my other friend, she was working at Smoothie King. I was working at the high school some like 2 days out the week, working with the disability teacher, making $50 a week. We had little side hustles. We had a little money. So we was like, hey, Cherish baby growing, and even though we have a little doubt, we want to be there for our girl. Let's go ahead and throw her a little shower at the house. So the next day, I'm not sure was it school or not. I just remember us going. My dad took us. My dad, he had a big truck. My dad took us all. We went to the mall. We bought little things. My dad gave me some money. I brought like some Pampers, some little cute shoes. My friend, they brought, essentials, Pampers, bottles. We wasn't sure of the gender just yet because so we just brought like yellow colored stuff because that's a neutral color. So we brought yellow colored pacifiers. I mean, we got her like some powder. I remember my friend got her this fancy old like the little walker with the wheels on it, all kind of stuff for her because again, we know she was going through a lot and her mama single. Like we always had single parents and we didn't have much. We just wanted to support her. So we didn't have a lot of money, but we sure pulled together a lot of things for this little baby shower we was having for her. And then so we went to I'm gonna fast forward. We get to her house where her mom is, and her mom opened the door and rest in peace to her mom. Her mom was just looking at us like crazy. And she was like, what's all this baby stuff? What's going on? I never forget the look on her face. And we was like, this is for Cherish. Like we finna throw her a little surprise baby shower for the baby. And her mama was like, what the fuck, baby? It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. Dog, her mama looked at us. Her mama said, what the fuck, baby? What baby? What? Where? Where? What baby? That's what her mama said to us. So I had to hit my tree after that, y'all. It brought back so many memories. But them after the mama say, who the fuck pregnant? We all looking at each other like in the back of my head, I instantly was like, I knew she was lying. I knew she was lying. But at the same time, we really didn't think she was lying because, again, we're in 10th grade and we thought maybe she didn't tell her mom yet. Maybe she just told us. So, it just really went over our head. Needless to say, her mom was like questioning us about it, asking us, "Is Cherish pregnant, and how come she didn't tell her or whatnot?" I didn't really have much to say because I felt uncomfortable at that point. I didn't really want to like rat my friend out, quote unquote. So I didn't say much. We didn't like take none of the things out of the bags. We just had them in the bags, and we sat in the living room. Her mom went in the room, and I'm not sure. Cherish came home like 10 minutes after, and we're all in the living room. We sitting on the couch, and she come in, and she's shocked to see us, and she's like, "Hey y'all, what's up? We all, we ain't seen each other since school, so we like, what's up? What you did after school? How you got home? Blah blah blah." We catch up. She seen the bags that we had, and she instantly was like, what's that? And we like, hey, congratulations. We all saved up and we got you some things for your pregnancy or whatever. We got you some Pampers and stuff like that. Initially, she was happy. She was like smiling and laughing with us and telling us how excited she was. Now, the whole time she was talking, her mom had left and went in the room. Her mom wasn't the type to like hang around with us. She like went in the room. Now, what she did with that information, the world may never know. But we continued to like talk and we gave her the bags of the stuff and we enjoyed our day. We stayed over there a couple hours and we all went home. The next day we all in school and she's mad at us, and I know she's mad at us because we're all in class. At one point we all did have the same class together, so she wouldn't talk to us, y'all. She ignored me. I said hey to Cherish and she looked me up and down. She didn't say hi back. She was really mad at us. My other friends, we was talking in lunch about it and they was telling me the same thing, that they tried to talk to Cherish, and Cherish, she really just was not fucking with us no more. Like she was really, at first she was happy about us bringing the items, and then her attitude totally flipped. I'm not sure what happened in that process, but maybe she was upset that we had brought the items to her house and her mom found out about her pregnancy. So now, right after that happened, we all did like throughout the school year. I told y'all we was all in a band, so we eventually had to see each other. We had practice with each other, and we became back close. Within the same week, we were friends. Cherish was like my best friend, so we connect back. And I asked her about that, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up with your mom? How she was so surprised that you was pregnant?" And she was like, "Yeah, I didn't tell my mama yet, and I was holding it off. I'm scared to tell her." And I'm like, "Well, but you showing." And she like, yeah, I be wearing like, I be hiding it at the house. I don't really show my mom much, this, and that. And at this time, she should be about 7 months pregnant, y'all. She should be showing. She should be showing. Now, and she did start wearing these like big jackets to school at practice. It was weird because she was still practicing. If you're like 7, 8 months pregnant, I don't think you should be cheerleading. But she was still performing at our school games with her stomach pushed out. We all just thought maybe she was a real small carrier. Some women, their stomach don't be huge. Sometimes they really have small bellies. So we thought she was just a small pregnant girl. So we didn't think much of it. She still performed at the high school games, and we went on about our school year. She should be 7 months at this point. So now she should be about 7.5 months pregnant, y'all. How about we all go to school? We don't hear from Cherish. Nobody here from Cherish. Nobody here from Cherish. I called her cell phone. I got no answer. She did date that boy K I mentioned earlier in the story time. At this time, I think they had broken up. I'm not too sure on the details of their relationship, but he didn't hear from her. None of my friends in the friend groups, we heard from her. Cherish had disappeared off the face of the earth. She was gone, disappeared. She was gone. So I was really worried. I actually went by her house. Her mom was there. It was crazy. Her mom still stayed there. I asked her mom where was Cherish. We was worried about her. She told me that she had moved to Texas with her aunt.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
Cherish had moved to Texas with her auntie, y'all. She didn't tell us nothing. She didn't call us. She didn't tell her friends anything. She just left us. Cherish moved to Texas. We never got to see her for the rest of that school year, like physically. But I'm gonna take it back just a little bit on how we found out she was faking the whole pregnancy. So we must have put too much pressure on her, being excited, bringing the gifts to her house, letting her mom know that she was pregnant or whatever. I'm not sure what happened in her household to make her move to Texas. Maybe it became too much for her, and the attention seeking. um about some time later, not too long after that happened, I was on Facebook. Facebook was new around this time. I got on Facebook, and we was friends on Facebook, and we in class. Me and my friends, we're in class, and we see Cherish on Facebook. She made a post. This was like not even 2 weeks later. Tell me why she made a post in front of her. I'm assuming her aunt house. She made a post in front of her auntie house, and there's no baby bump. There's no baby bump. There's no baby bump. And this was around the area when girls took pictures like this. Y'all remember when we blew the cheeks up? She was like this. Y'all, she was in front of the house with no baby bump, no baby. This was not even 2 weeks later, and she's supposed to have been 7 months pregnant. She was not pregnant, y'all. My friends died. They just dropped down laughing. They was like talking shit about her, and in my heart, I was like, no, why would Cherish do this to us? Like, we was really her friend. Like, why would she lie? She really lied about being pregnant, for all those months. Why would she do that? Like, girl, we your friend. You ain't got a lot to kick it with us. Like, she really act like she was pregnant. It was no baby bump. And so my friends laughing. I couldn't believe it. I was laughing. I'm like, I couldn't believe she did that. And she left without telling us goodbye. We didn't hear from Cherish no more the whole 10th grade year. The school year went by. I guess she dropped out of the band because she left the state. So, honey, this girl faked to be pregnant for 7.5 months, and that was ridiculous, man. I couldn't believe it. I have another story time on this girl, but I am gonna leave it off right there. Um, if you enjoyed this video, please like it, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That will really help me grow. And again, I am gonna continue with this story because after we seen her on the internet on Facebook, she came back, y'all, and she came back with some other stuff. But we're gonna get there further along. And again, subscribe to my channel. I am out, and peace.